Hello and welcome. I am Arun Kumar from Beautiful Mind IAS. NCERT series of psychology. Many students have requested for that things, and because it has fundamental concepts of psychology, so I have also decided to give you basic insight of psychology through NCERT book. I will let you know that NCERT is a very basic book. Once you understand the basic concepts given in NCERT, so it will be beneficial for those students who are at the lower level. But if you are going to write UPSC examination with Psychology Optional, then definitely it will help you a lot. And through the syllabus of NCERT, I will navigate so that you should understand the basic concepts. And let's start with our basic, introduction, because you know this thing. What is Beautiful Mind IAS? Here is, if you go at the back stage, I can find. Here is the book. What is psychology? Directly, chapter 1. I am going to start and see the syllabus. If you want to see the syllabus, and see here, what is psychology? Psychology is a discipline, psychology is a natural science, and psychology is a social science. So I will discuss this thing right now, and you will notice that when you read the things and when you understand through this lecture, what difference you find. Let's start. That here is, I need not to go through sentence by sentence. What is psychology? So I will let you know only things, and then I will explain. Let me do annotation. See, psychology is defined formally as a science which study mental processes, experience, and behavior in different contexts. You should keep in mind that this is the definition of psychology. What is psychology? Psychology study behavior and mental processes, including experience, scientifically. So I will elaborate this term, and then you will understand what does it mean. This has been given. See, experience term is there, and then all the terms are there. So I will one by one I will explain. So come to the basic things here. See, psychology, how it is defined. Without going in the history, we will take a class separately on the history, that is called evolution of psychology. It is said that as a formal discipline in psychology has a long past, but if you say psychology is science and very formal discipline, that it has short history. Anyway, but what is psychology? Psychology is science of behavior, mental process, and experience. In most book of Western psychologists, you will find psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. Only this thing. But in NCERT, you will find the term experience also. So one by one, we will discuss. So here is psychology, and this is scientific study of behavior, mental processes, and experience. I will discuss this. If you understand this thing, you will understand everything. So simple. Remember, for we NCERT or any other book, it is not essential to memorize the sentences. Understanding is more important. So focus on understanding of the concept. Understood? Now see this thing. Scientific means what? If you look at the development of psychology, you will find that there has been several endeavor. In 1879, William Wundt founded first psychological laboratory at Leipzig to take psychology away from philosophy, because that time it was part of the philosophy, and he was trying to make it a scientific subject. See, this is the history, but that is not the. This is relatable things you should remember. But when I say scientific, then what does it mean? Scientific study means what? So the way you study physics, chemistry, and other biology and other natural sciences. how we study? We study through, two things. One thing, philosophy of science has two wings. It is said that philosophy of science has two wings. One is empiricism, and this is empiricism, and other is rationalism. All ism is a philosophy. Philosophy means beliefs. So what is empiricism? This is the basic philosophy of science. So when I say scientific study, keep in mind, I am decoding the term. Empirical evidences. You require empirical evidences. Getting? So empirical evidences means what? Means evidences that are observable, that you can see through sense organs. Suppose in biology say that the bone is broken. How you come to know? Through X-ray. So many things cannot be directly observed. It doesn't mean that it is not observable. Through indirect means also you can observe. Likewise in psychology, or you can say behavioral neuroscience, you will come to know that there are many brain imaging technique like MRI, functional MRI, PET scan, CT scan. What is that? It provides the mental picture, brain pictures are here. Suppose simply you take EEG. EEG what? Electroencephalogram. That gives the idea of the different brain waves. You know this thing? This brain has electrical waves inside that runs in nervous system. That could be measured. Getting? So suppose there are a concept of alpha wave, alpha wave, then beta wave, delta wave, like that, and it has different pattern. So can you understand when suppose a person is schizophrenic or is suffering from some psychotic disorder? For example, I am telling you. So their wave patterns are different from normal individuals. You are getting? So see this thing. Somehow you are correlating the things that you are trying to understand. So things should be evidences means observable, and rationalism means it should be undergo through critical reasoning, because many of the things that we see through our eyes are not correct, not truth, because our perception is malleable. It is not foolproof. For example, illusions are there. Illusions, illusions means faulty perception. Mirage is that on a hot summer day when you are driving your car, when you see the parallel, then you see something water-like things are on the road. But you know this thing, that is happening because of the total internal reflection properties of the light, and that is the physical phenomena. So, but eyes are, not foolproof. We say that see this thing that is water-like. So, in order to get rid of that things, we do reasoning, critical reasoning also. So logical reasoning, you can say, is also a base for that. And evidences is scrutinized. Suppose something happens one time, you can do your logic. That could be because of chance. But some person is, suppose one person loses temper, गुस्सा आता है उसको, and you say that person is very angry type person. Is it correct to say? Because personality is what you show in behavior across different situations over time. So you have on one measurement you cannot say that person is extrovert or introvert or aggressive or whatever. Logical reasoning. So if that trait is stable, that should be manifested across different situations. You are getting my point. So this logical reasoning is also, logic is also a base of this. So scientific study means these things: empirical evidences and logical reasoning. Whatever things you study, this follow. Get it? Now comes the behavior. When you say, what do you mean by behavior? All the reactions towards some stimulus is behavior. Suppose I am teaching right now and somebody is calling from there. So my phone is ringing over there. I pay attention to this. I try to take the phone. This is my behavior. So one things will be what? That will be called a stimulus. A stimulus is anything that is stimulating your sensory organ. Somebody is calling, that becomes your stimulus. Getting? Phone is ringing, that is stimulus. Light is blinking and you are paying attention on that. That is a stimulus. So the stimulus is very important, and your reaction, your response towards that stimulus, this become behavior. Stimulus and response connection is behavior. So whatever things you do, because you see something, you respond to something, so all these things come under the domain of behavior. That is called behavior. That is observable and measurable. Remember this thing. So behavior, your reactions towards something, and that stimulus could be maybe outside in the environment or inside also. Suppose you are smiling. It is a behavior, yes. But why you are smiling? Because it is something is in memory. So internal and your reaction, facial smile. So behavior is what? That some response towards some stimulus. A response towards some stimulus is called behavior. Technically, otherwise you know this thing, that what is behavior. Behavior is not all the actions and reactions of the organism. जो कुछ भी हम करते हैं, जैसे ऐसे मैं आई ब्लिंक भी करूँ तो भी एक behavior है. You are getting? So this is also this thing. That this is the most simplest explanation, but you are studying, that is your behavior. You are running, you are doing, you are singing. All these things are under behavior. So psychology is a behavioral science. So we study behavior. But here is that mental processes. Now, psychology study mental processes also. What do you mean by mental processes? Mental processes means that what is going inside your mind. Get it? Like you pay attention, you think, you feel motivated, you feel emotions, you feel delighted, you feel angry. All these things are what? Mental processes. Means what is going inside your mind is mental processes. Suppose your friend is saying that we should go tomorrow Mathura, for example. Now you are thinking, should I go because I need to study also, and all this. All this thinking is mental processes. You have seen something in Mathura earlier, so you are recollecting the memory. That memory is mental processes. So mental process, if you say that what go inside the mind, it is not directly observable, and it comes in two forms. One is called cognitive. Cognitive means the process is involved in knowing and understanding something. For example, paying attention. It helps in knowing and understanding. When you perceive something, when you recollect from the memory to understand something, when you experience, when you think, analyze, do reasoning, all these things are cognitive mental processes. Cognitive mental processes are those mental processes that are involved in knowing and understanding something. What is this? You are perceiving this mental process, cognitive mental process, and you are analyzing whether it is good or bad or this thing. This is also higher level mental processes. But yes, knowing and understanding something. So whatever processes are involved in knowing and understanding something is called mental processes, cognitive mental processes. Sorry, getting. But apart from, when I say mental processes, then this part is cognitive, and there are other mental processes. For example, affective process. Affective means feeling related. When you see something, you feel angry. So anger is what? Emotion. When you see something, you feel delighted. That joy is emotion. So you feel disgust, you feel happy, you feel delighted, you feel sad. All these things are affective mental process. You feel motivated. Getting? So there are processes inside the mind that is cognitive by nature, and non-cognitive by nature, you can say affective by nature, feeling related mental processes. Jointly, it is mental process. Getting? I hope you are getting this point. Think of many examples. You see this thing, I have decoded the definition. Psychology is the scientific study of behavior, mental processes and experiences. So this term you will exclusively find in NCERT. NCERT what? Experiences is what? Many people think that what do you mean by experience? Experience is uh, what you experience is it is embedded in consciousness when you experience something. Suppose experience is the basis of learning. Say the experience you are how you feel. Suppose you are going in NCERT. One example is given that you are going with your friend. Then how you feel? You feel good. So that good experience. That is goodness is your experience, feeling affective experience. When you are solving a problem, you are not able to understand how you have experience in the mind. It is difficult. So that assessment is you are doing assessment through applying that mental processes. So mental processes you are using, but at the end the product is what? Your experience. So experience is embedded in consciousness. Getting? And that consciousness, see, maybe this experience may be in conscious mind and sometime in unconscious mind also. If you will go through this book, you will find Sigmund Freud was a person who was very famous. You must be aware, or you will be aware when you go through this thing, that he said that like conscious mental processes and experiences, unconscious mental process and experience also play a very important role in determining the way we think, feel and behave. So the way we think, the way we feel about something, that is influenced by our unconscious mental processes also. And in NCERT you will find that there is a term, let me tell you, so that you could know the exact term over there. Let me see, where is experience? Yes. Here, experiences. See, experience of people. Experiences are subjective in nature. We cannot directly observe or know someone else's experience. Only experiencing person can be aware of the conscious of his or her experiences. Thus, experiences are embedded in our awareness of consciousness. I was telling that thing. Okay. Psychologists have focused on experiences of pain being observed by terminally ill individuals. Very different kind of experiences are there. How pain is there, or suppose one one term you can say when you meet your friend, this guy esoteric. This term is esoteric. ESOTERIC. Esoteric means very unique experiences that you have. For example, giving birth to a baby, give birth to a mother. I have given this topic as an essay. Now see this thing that जब एक बेबी पैदा होती है तो एक माँ भी साथ साथ जन्म होती है, तभी तक that is a girl, that person is a girl. Now वो अब माँ बन जाती है. माँ का एक अलग एक्सपीरियंस होता है. गिविंग बर्थ टू अ बेबी gives birth to a mother, जो मैं कह रहा हूँ. So that is a very unique experience. Getting? So that likewise you can say there are different kind of romantic encounter with someone. बहुत ही अलग लगेगा कि मेरे लिए बहुत अलग अनुभव हुआ किसी के साथ. Likewise you are doing some meditative exercises, you may have that kind of feeling. So very unique and personal experience. No, that is not a common experience. Remember this. बहुत सारे लोग बर्थ देते हैं बच्चे को, लेकिन उसको कोई बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस नहीं होता है. तो ये आप कह सकते हैं कि some people may feel, some may not. So that term is called esoteric experience. Getting? And now this is studied by Western psychologists also. In Chalera Gaon in Noida area, Delhi NCR, there is one mutt was there, Mahesh Yogi mutt. So he was experts in transcendental meditations. So when you open a book written by Morgan and King, under that book you will find the photographs of that yogi. So in lab-like situation, he took a samadhi kind of thing, and that time his all the medical parameter was showing that he is dead, getting, but he was alive. So psychologist was totally surprised how his indicator, so-called medical indicator, is showing that he is no more, but he was alive. Samadhi experience. So can you say this one will be unique experience, esoteric, and that we also nowadays is studied. And one thing important perspective initially school and now perspective that on behavior is that humanistic perspective, and humanistic perspective, primarily focus on such experiences, that unique experiences of the life, because humanistic perspective says that humanistic perspective is a perspective on behavior that says that subjectivity is a reality of human behavior. We try to understand something from others' point of view, means objective point of view, but this is of no use. Suppose you are very fearful of, a child is very fearful of, or suppose I am very fearful of darkness. What is there in dark place? Nothing, only light is absent. But this is the objective reality. When switch is on, light is present. When switch is off, light is gone. But a child start crying, you may start becoming, I have seen many individuals, adult, they are very uncomfortable when light is off. So what is there? No matter what objective reality is there, his behavior is influenced by his own subjective experiences. Getting? So humanistic psychologist and many other, so Western psychologists also, including Indian psychologist का तो ये था ही, Indian philosopher कर लो, यहाँ psychologist नहीं कहते थे, योगी जितने भी थे उनका तो था कि we all study, see this thing, Indian traditions, here you will find somewhere that Indian psychologist or Indian philosopher का तो यही था कि भी reflection, self-reflection is the major way out to study behavior and to know the person's experiences, self-reflections. But that was not initially recognized by the Western psychologists, but nowadays they have also started acknowledging this thing, that without taking into consideration such esoteric experiences and self-reflection method, we cannot study human behavior and mental processes in totality. Means our understanding of psychology will not be complete if we do not take into account such experiences and employ such and such method. So for example, self-reflection method. So many initially psychologists like Skinner, Watson, they would have rejected this method because of on the ground of subjectivity. This is subjective method, so we should not. But now there is a paradigm shift again, that subjectivity is not a problem in studying human behavior. Actually, it supplement many things we study through scientific method, but wherever it is not possible, we are not reluctant to adopt other method as well. You are getting it? Is called qualitative method. Remember this thing. When we will discuss research method, we will come to know that there are quantitative, the so-called scientific method, and qualitative, that is social science methods and all. I hope you have understood. So now come to the main point. So what is psychology? Scientific study of behavior. So what do you mean by scientific? I have told, evidence is based. Suppose you are extrovert, so it should be visible that you are extrovert. So evidence is based and supported by logical reasoning. This is the most important thing. And then behavior, you know this thing, how your actions or reactions, that is whatever things you do. Suppose I am reluctant to go outside, I am shy. So this behavior is a matter of interest. Or for example, I am very talkative, this is matter of interest. So different sort of behavior we are interested. So this is behavior. Then mental processes, normal mental process as well as abnormal mental process, also called supernormal process. For example, when you are in meditative exercises, getting, and then experiences. This key term is very unique because This has been underscored in NCERT book. And now this experiences is very important subject or matter of psychology. I hope you have understood this thing. So before I close this discussion that what is psychology all about, this is the opening paragraph, and that you must understand. Otherwise you are just reading that thing. It is only reading sentences, and superficial understanding will not help you to develop concepts. Getting? So you must understand this thing. And now suppose I have discussed all these things, and now read the NCERT pages once again. You will have complete understanding of that thing. Getting? So in next lecture I will let you know psychology as a natural science, psychology as a discipline, psychology as a social science, and different perspective and all this. I hope you have understood. If you like this one, then you comment in if this lecture I think will be open to all. So you should comment in the comment box and let me know that what you specifically want to know, then so that I could make lecture on that thing and you could be benefited. You can comment and you can ask me whatever things you want. I will try to help you. Thank you very much. And this lecture is I will try to give you some handout also, but NCERT book is sufficient. You just read for that thing and it will be beneficial. Thank you very much.